Now that we already have our web table, we can add the design property for our tables. So we'll call this one as CSS Tables. Now, looking at this web page, it is not obvious that this is a table, diba? Since it doesn't have borders. Now, we'll try to embed our style here in this document. Yes.
Excuse me, miss. Wala
Yes.
na makitang wala
Okay.
wala may
Sorry,
kakit.
sorry. I need
Thank
to
you.
share again. Thank you. Okay, so we need to embed it here using the style element to embed our CSS. Okay, so for styling our table, we can add the table border. So which means we need to have the table element. And for example, we will be adding border for our table. For the table border, let's try for have the 1 pixels of solid and the color is black. Okay, for the color which is black. Save. Now, there is already a border for our table. Now you can also apply this property to each of the cells. So we need to include the TH and TD for that. Okay. Now, another design property is you can specify the size. Okay. So for example, you want to expand the table. Okay, that will cover the whole page. So for that, you can apply the width of the table. So for example, let's try to have it here. Okay. For the width of the table, okay, to cover the widescreen, you can have the 100% of the width. Okay, so even if you are going to resize your screen, it will cater the 100% of the web page. But if you want to have only 90% of your page will cover your table, so here is the 90%. Okay? But usually, para nice tan-awon ang inyong web table, you can have the 100% para the 100% of the width of the page maoy displayhan sa imong table. Okay? Now, you can have also the height of the TRs and the TD. Okay, for example, TD TD and the TH applied with height that is, for example, 70 pixels. Okay, so we have here the height of the table data and the table headers. Okay, now you can also apply the other alignment, other property like alignment. So how will you align the content of your table or the data of your table? So you can use the text align property. Okay, so we can apply to this, but by default, the table headers content are being text aligned. Okay, so you can specify the table data for the text align which is at the center. So for this, you can have the left, right, or center text alignment of your table data. Okay. Now, another one, you can add a table style. Okay. For the table style, you can have the table padding. You can have the horizontal dividers. Okay. You can have the hoverable table. So for the hoverable table, say for example, you're going to hover to a specific cell, it will change the background color to a specific color, something like that. Okay. Now, for example, let's try to add paddings for our table. For adding padding, you can have the padding property, like for the TH and the TD, the padding property of like 15 pixels. Okay? So, ang ihang gintang between the edge of the border. Okay? And also, let's try to apply the, for example, the horizontal dividers. You can have the border bottom for the TH and the TD. Okay? So, for example, the TH and the TD will be applied with the border bottom with, okay, para walay unsa tawag aning only the divider, horizontal dividers ang makita as border of your table. So wala na siya border, only the border bottom. 1px like solid and the color is black. Okay. So for here, we can just okay, something like this. So now we already have the horizontal dividers for our table. Okay. Now, if you want that your table is hoverable, you can apply the pseudo element for that. Okay. Like for example, for the specific element, okay, like for the whole row, okay, we can apply the hover design like for the color, okay, I mean the background color. Mm, what color do you want? So for example, we will be using the RGB color for the background color. Okay, we'll be opening an MS Paint for getting the color combination of the RGB color. Okay, so for example, we'll try to add a color that is something like this color. Okay, not so gray. 213 for the RGB. So going back here, 213 for the red and the green is 213 and the blue is 213. Save. Now, okay, as you can see, upon hovering each of the rows, the background color is being changed. All right. Now, if you want that for a specific cell, okay, you can modify this one from TR to TD. Okay, TD. But how about the table header? So wala siya since wala man nimo specify. Now if you want to specify the same style to TH also, so TH colon hover. Save. Okay, so each of the cell in TH and TDs are being applied with the light gray color upon hovering. Okay, and you can also even um, apply any design to your table. Okay, but basically these are some of the basic designs for your web tables. Okay, any questions so far?